Welcome back to the Next Level Sports Nutrition Podcast. It's your host, Matty Bills, with Coach Alvin Norris, Bryan Deans, and Stone Souza. Don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe. We appreciate you guys.
I like
But let's get
that.
into the draft.
I
So
like
what we think of the draft? What we think? Huh?
I like that it was
Stone, take us
live.
away.
I like that there's people there. There was a bunch of fans there. The NFL draft's basically a third sport. It's like and more. Some fans care more about the draft than their team actually playing because half the time if your team sucks, you want to tank.
Some teams tank right, some teams don't tank right at all.
Yeah, Jets.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
But
they don't know how to tank, and they don't know how to. I ain't got nothing else.
Draft.
We trying
It's okay. Me and Stone will say it for you.
My three biggest
Me and Stone
takeaways.
was-
My three biggest takeaways. Number one, I love the college reunions. College teammates going to the same teams together, regardless of what you might think. I think that's great for chemistry wise, especially when the off-season programs are virtual. You might not be in person, so you have that instant chemistry already. Easy to take it on the field. Number two, there's some surprises on the draft. Some teams on the clock thinking they're picking a quarterback. Nope, gonna blow right by them. And the third one, I would just say third takeaway was just some teams overall made some really good picks. Some teams made some really surprising picks. But again, the draft isn't judged right now. I know you see all these draft grades, A+, F, D. You're not really going to know until 2 to 3 years down the road when, their contracts are up or the fifth-year option gets picked up. That's when you know if the guy really panned out or not.
Yeah.
That's fact.
I mean, first and foremost, man, it's always a good feeling when you see one of the hometown boys going, you know what I mean? And then to one of Bryan's favorite teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your boy Josh Palmer, man. Congratulations,
Shout out.
bro.
For real.
Good job, Josh.
Congrats.
And at the end of the day, bro, just keep working, man. Keep working. That's it. Now
He got a nice quarterback. You got a nice quarterback over there.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? It's always good to see when guys work hard and do what they're supposed to do. Yeah. And they get the opportunity. So glad to see that, man. But I don't know, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I'm trying to stay positive because I'm a little.
Hey, but before we get on
that Chicago got the quarterback that they needed.
Once.
The boys should have won number 2. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean?
How the
could
Bears
win
GM?
number 1 as well.
Hey,
but
Coach, how the Bears?
We already knew the situation with number 1. That was just that
was case closed, signed, delivered.
You know what I mean? But nah, man, I feel like the boy got done dirty. So I think, you know what? Hey, man, I'm expecting to see some big things out of Chicago. That's all I got to say.
Two things I had on that. Number one, Justin Fields did not look happy Chicago picked him. He looked like a Corey Coleman.
I ain't gonna say that, Stone. I ain't gonna say he's not happy that Chicago picked him. I'm saying he's pissed that he didn't go earlier.
Fair enough.
So it's not, bro. Okay. I'm telling you, because you look at the guys that got it picked in front of him. We talking about a guy
who played like 5 games.
Hey, and I ain't trying to look. Like I said, I ain't trying to diss nobody. But I'm just focusing on Justin Fields. We got a guy who he's been a quarterback since Pop 1. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't been nothing else. No, he didn't play receiver. He wasn't no fullback. He wasn't no this. He been playing quarterback. You know what I mean? And then went to a University of Georgia, didn't get his time to shine at Georgia, go to Ohio State, ball at Ohio State, beat a Clemson team.
Number 1 overall pick was on that team.
And
not good enough, apparently.
To somebody, hey, like I said, competition matters, especially at that level.
Yeah.
And to be able to ball at Ohio State, beat Ohio State, bro, it ain't about that. Bro, that boy should have been number 1 overall. He been the best quarterback through years. Like, no knock to, I ain't gonna get this boy name wrong, Zach Wilson. I hope I didn't get it wrong, man.
Yeah, that's right, Zach Wilson.
No, it was Mike, bro.
It's Ryan Wilson.
It might be Luke. Who knows? No, not to him, but like, I don't understand the Jets pick, bro.
Yeah,
here's
the thing.
Been for no Heisman. He ain't never. I ain't seen him. Did he throw over 3,000 yards in the season? Have he had over 4? You know,
wasn't
like,
a captain.
Not a top 10. Like, I don't understand this stuff, guys. Like, maybe they see some stuff I don't. You know, that's why they got the money. But I'm just saying, bro. I know football. I watch a lot of football, and you know.
Here's the other thing that I have. Here's the other thing that I have with the Bears. How is the same GM that picked Trubisky picking Justin Fields? Like, there's no chance that guy should be in any sort of position to be making that pick, especially when they're coaching for their job. Like, they're on the line. Like, if the Chicago doesn't win this year, regardless if Fields plays or not, they're gone. So who knows? Justin Fields might have to be working with two new offensive coordinators within 2 years. And you know, the NFL is great at ruining young quarterbacks. So I hope to God that Justin Fields, you know, gets the playing time that he deserves and balls out, because I just don't understand why a quarter, like, you pick Trubisky over Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. That's a fireable offense, like easily fireable offense.
Hopefully this saves their job.
Yeah, hopefully. But I pray that, because I don't want Justin Fields to go through, you know, what some other quarterbacks do, where they have to learn new system every year, trying to do all that. It's just not helpful. Another thing too, that I have the biggest problem with these, and with just the draft in general, NFL teams seem to overthink everything. You know, they watch a guy, you know, like Zach Wilson. Okay, yeah, you're trying to recency bias. You know, this guy's the next Joe Burrow, this and that. But there's a guy that's been producing for 3 years, like 1 year wonder or 3 years. Production doesn't lie. And competition doesn't lie either. If you want to look at the NFL, how many good players? I know everybody wants to bring up Jerry Rice. That was back in the day when, you know, all those guys used to go to small schools, and there wasn't, you know, like the top schools right now, like the cream of the crop. Competition matters, like Coach said. When you're watching the college football playoff, that's like an NFL game. The 2019 LSU Bama game has like everybody on the field was draft pick.
Boy, that's the crazy part about it is, it's like this quarterback who went at, where did he go at, 11?
Yeah, 11.
Face the top defenses. Like, I don't get this, man. He went up against competition and ball. Torched Clemson. Torched them.
All caps.
Hey, he took a hit in that game and still came back from that hit in that game and still was balling.
And let's look at this. Let's look at this for another thing too. When scouts and stuff bring weapons, you know, like, oh, Mac Jones worked with first round receivers, Joe Burrow worked with, you know, this and that. No, a first Ohio State skill player picked was Trey Sermon, 3rd round.
Yeah.
More with less. I know Ohio State has receivers coming up right now, but they're not, you know, receiver U or anything like that. Like, they're good, they're not great. But Justin Fields is elevating that talent, and to elevate talent at a school like Ohio State speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Yep. And if we're gonna bring, you know, Mac Jones into the conversation, that by far was probably the best situation he could go to.
Oh, 100%.
And I seen a tweet actually, and I sent it around a bit, but you look at both of their numbers between Mac Jones versus Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow transferred from Ohio State to LSU, and now he had Jefferson and now Jamar Chase, both first-round wide receivers. Mac Jones, now he has Waddle, first-round receiver, Devontae Smith, first-round receiver. But Joe Burrow is better than Mac Jones. But Joe Burrow walked into that LSU room with those players already there. Mac Jones waited his turn, but you can't discredit the fact that they had very comparable numbers and do that to Mac Jones, because, hey, man, he gonna ball.
We can and we can't. Like, bro, we only had one good year to see Mac Jones.
Yeah, you only
And
you only had one year to see Burrow too.
I mean, that's Alabama though. You really only have like 1 or 2 years.
And the time with the opportunity he had, he balled.
Yeah.
And look at it like this: if Mac Jones comes back this year, Bryce Young transfers. Mac Jones declares for the draft. They have no quarterback coming up. So it's like, you know, like they always say, it's a football factory. When it's your turn, you ball, you leave.
But it's Alabama, bro. So
yeah.
Get into the politics.
Speaking of Alabama, you know, 6 first-round picks, 8 in the top 38. Yeah. Check out this stat. Nick Saban has more first-round picks than losses.
Yeah.
39 first-round picks, 23 losses.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the boy Justin Fields went against that.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you this: if Zach Wilson or Trey Lance would have went up against them LSU defenses.
Oh, what? Stop this.
And
Stop
one
this.
and see that's what I'm saying. Why these coaches don't ask themselves that? You know what I mean? Before you pick a guy, number 2 overall, we ain't gonna, hey, and I ain't gonna forget about what New York did with your boy Daniel Jones. Do y'all still know who he is? Okay. All right. So this is the same feeling I get. And maybe Daniel Jones do good this year, hopefully, you know. He getting Saquon back. He got a couple of receivers up there now. So
yeah.
Hey, coach, but when you're picking in the top 5, let alone even top 10, you're looking for a Hall of Fame level talent. Is that like some guys in there do not have anywhere close to when you watch, like hypothetically, if you're an average, football fan, when you watch a game, you know who stands out right away.
Yeah.
Like you can tell who flashes.
Yeah.
If you have to explain to me why the guy is good, he's not good.
Hey, let the players playing do the talk as opposed to you telling me why he's good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the next Mahomes. No, he's not. There's only one Mahomes. There's all these different comparisons.
And that's the biggest problem too. We have this comparison problem where we compare players to be like a player, and if they don't fit that standard, then they're a bust. Let the player be their own player.
Yeah.
Everyone is unique in their own way. Let them ball. You can make these, similar characteristics, but don't say he's going to be the next Patrick Mahomes or he's going to be this or he's going to be that. You can't do that. You're going to ruin a kid's career before he even starts.
My biggest problem, this is above all the other problems, when teams draft players that don't fit your scheme, especially when you're picking in the first round.
Yeah.
Carolina, because I know off Pro Football Focus, they go through all these team schemes. They can tell you right away. I know people might not care about their grades, but when it comes to scheme specific guys, they're very accurate on that. And when Carolina strictly plays more times than not, they play zone. Like when Josh Norman was there, cover 3 corner, the whole defense, right? They pick a guy in JC Horn, not going to play a great player, but he plays strictly press man coverage. At South Carolina, played no off man, played no back pedal, just strictly in your face. And when you pick a guy like that to go in a zone scheme, it spells trouble. And here's a perfect example: Byron Maxwell in Seattle, cover 3 corner. First week goes to the Eagles. They're making him into a press man corner. Julio Jones has a field day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So these GMs and head coaches try to come on their press conferences trying to think they're smarter than everybody. No, you're not. We watch the film. The film's out there for everybody to see. I know when a guy plays zone or man. You're not going to convince me the guy can play zone when I've never seen zone on the field on the film. And you're asking, and corner is probably the toughest position for a rookie to get on the field early and succeed. We saw that Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah is probably the best corner in a past few draft cycles, and he was getting burnt. Now you're asking the guy to come on the field and play zone. You're basically trying to teach a new dog new tricks. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. The muscle memory is there. It takes so long, and with the money involved, teams don't have patience anymore. So they're going to look for the next, and that hopefully JC Horn pans out. Great guy, but like I said, when it comes to teams, you better be picking the right guy for your scheme. Doesn't matter if this guy's better or that guy's better. At the end of the day, the guy that's in your scheme is the guy that's going to succeed.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are also open to suggestions, so feel free to leave some in the comments below.